Today's gonna be very interesting. I wonder, is my English intermediate or advanced?
Let's find out. Many learners think they know their level, but the results can be surprising. Let's go.
Hey, Liam. What if I told you I've been studying English for years and still don't know my real level?
Haha, then you're not alone, because most learners have no idea what their true English level actually is.
Why does that happen?
It happens because most learners evaluate themselves using the wrong criteria, only by grammar knowledge or vocabulary lists, instead of real communication skills.
That's really interesting. So, can someone know a lot of grammar and still have a low English level?
Sure, real English involves understanding, speaking, listening, and responding naturally.
Wow, so this test is different?
Yes, because today we will look at the skills that actually matter in real conversations.
One more thing before we begin. Can beginners take this test too?
Absolutely. This test works whether you are a beginner or an advanced learner.
So, how can viewers find out their real English level?
They just need to answer each question honestly and pay attention to how easily they understand and respond.
Interesting. So, where do we start?
We start with vocabulary, because vocabulary gives us important clues about your level.
What should viewers do when they hear a word?
They should ask themselves if they understand it, can explain it, and can use it naturally in a sentence.
Okay, what is our first word?
The first word is comfortable.
And what should viewers ask themselves?
Ask yourself if you can explain the meaning and use it in a sentence without translating.
Interesting. What comes next?
The next word is opportunity.
Why is that a good word for our test?
Because many learners recognize it, but fewer can use it naturally in conversation.
What happens after vocabulary?
Next, we move to listening. Try watching videos, movies, or TV series without subtitles for about 10 minutes. If you understand around 80% of what's being said, that's a very good sign.
How does the listening part work?
Viewers should listen carefully and decide how much they understand.
What are they looking for exactly?
They should notice whether they understand every word, the main idea, or almost nothing.
Does understanding the main idea count?
Absolutely, because comprehension is more important than catching every single word. Before we continue, answer this question in English right now. What did you do yesterday?
Wow, that's actually harder than it sounds.
Exactly. And the speed of your answer can reveal a lot about your fluency.
Interesting. Can you give us a listening example?
Sure. Imagine someone says, "I was running late, so I grabbed a coffee and headed straight to work."
What should viewers ask themselves after hearing that?
They should ask whether they understood the complete message.
And if they only understood some words?
That suggests they need more listening practice.
What comes after listening?
Next comes comprehension in real-life situations.
Why is that important?
Because English exists to help us communicate in real situations.
What kind of situations?
Situations like restaurants, airports, job interviews, and conversations with friends.
Can we try one?
Absolutely. Imagine a waiter says, "Would you like anything else with your meal today?"
What should viewers do?
They should think about what the waiter is asking.
And if they understand the situation immediately?
That's a very positive sign for their comprehension skills.
Interesting. What is the final part of the test?
The final part is mental speaking.
What is mental speaking?
It means answering simple questions in English without translating first.
Wow, that sounds challenging.
It can be, but it's one of the best ways to measure fluency.
What is the first question?
The first question is, what did you do yesterday?
What should viewers pay attention to?
They should notice whether the answer comes naturally or requires translation.
What's another question?
Another one? What's your dream job?
And another one?
Where would you like to travel?
Why are these questions useful?
Because they reveal how quickly your brain can create ideas in English. Period.
So if I answer immediately, that's a good sign?
Exactly. Because natural responses often indicate stronger fluency skills.
And if I need a lot of time to think?
That usually means your brain is still translating before speaking.
Interesting. So this test is not just about grammar?
Exactly. It's about real communication skills.
Wow, I'm already learning a lot about my English.
And we're just getting started.
So how can viewers evaluate their level based on these answers?
They should look at how much they understood and how easily they responded throughout the test.
What if someone struggled with most of the questions?
That person is probably at a beginner level.
What does a beginner usually do well?
Beginners can usually understand basic greetings, simple questions, and common everyday words.
And what do they usually struggle with?
They often struggle to understand natural conversations and create answers quickly.
So if someone needed to translate almost everything, they might be a beginner.
Exactly, because heavy reliance on translation is common at that stage.
What should beginners focus on improving?
They should focus on essential vocabulary, simple conversations, and basic listening practice.
Interesting. So what about elementary learners?
Elementary learners can usually talk about themselves, their family, their job, and their daily routine.
Do they still translate a lot?
Yes, but usually less than beginners.
What is a sign that someone is elementary?
They can communicate basic ideas, but often struggle when conversations become unpredictable.
What should elementary learners work on?
They should increase listening exposure and practice speaking more frequently.
Okay, what about intermediate learners?
Intermediate learners can maintain conversations and express opinions on familiar topics.
That sounds like a big step forward.
It is, because communication starts becoming much more comfortable.
What can intermediate learners usually understand?
They can understand the main ideas of videos, podcasts, and conversations without major problems.
Do they understand everything?
Not always, because fast speech and advanced vocabulary can still cause difficulties.
How do they know they are moving beyond intermediate?
They start responding more naturally and understanding English with less effort.
So what defines an upper intermediate learner?
Upper intermediate learners can participate in discussions and explain complex ideas with confidence.
Do they still make mistakes?
Absolutely. But their mistakes rarely stop communication, and that's an important part of becoming fluent.
What can upper intermediate learners usually understand?
They understand most movies, podcasts, and conversations without major problems.
That sounds very advanced already.
It is a strong level, but there is still room for improvement.
What is the biggest mistake learners should avoid after this test?
They should avoid ignoring their results and continuing without a plan.
What should learners do today?
They should choose one skill and start improving it immediately.
Is there one final piece of advice?
Yes. Speak more and translate less whenever possible.
Why is that advice so powerful?
Because fluency grows when English becomes a tool instead of a puzzle.
So what truly matters after taking this test?
What matters is not where you are, but knowing your next step.
What should viewers do now that they know more about their English?
They should continue practicing daily and trust the learning process.
What is the best way to finish today's lesson?
Celebrate your current level and focus on becoming a little better every day.
What should viewers comment below?
They should comment beginner, intermediate, or advanced, and share their result.
And who should they share this video with?
Anyone who studies English but still does not know their true level.
What is the final message for every learner watching?
Keep practicing daily, trust yourself, and let English become a natural part of your life.
If you want to learn even more, click on the next video, Master American Facial Expressions, and learn American facial expressions once and for all. See you there!
Bye.